Hi boys and girls. Today's learning target is I can use information from maps to help me understand a science situation. Today we're going to use those last 2 pages from your Fossil Finds Mystery Jam. That's the ones at the end of this that had the yellow sticky note on it. To ignore the page, you can get rid of that sticky note because now we're actually going to use that page. After you move that sticky note out of your way, or just delete it, this has no modern volcanoes on it right now. And you are going to use it to figure out where some ancient volcanoes were. But first, we need to mark the Ashfall fossil beds on this map. Its location is 22Q, and it's in Nebraska in the USA. To do that, you're going to want to use the shape tool in your jam. They used a star to symbolize the Ashfall fossil beds. You can put the symbol in the map key. Don't think you have a star, so choose a shape and label it in the map key so you know what that shape means. Now you need to mark some prehistoric volcanoes on the North American map. This chart will tell you where to mark them in your jam. You'll want to pause the video in just a moment so you can click between the video page here and your jam. We have the location, the name of the volcano, and the country that the volcano is in. Well, the country that it's in nowadays. These countries didn't exist back when that volcano was doing its volcano thing. The most famous one on here is probably the Yellowstone caldera in Wyoming, USA. That's where Yellowstone National Park is nowadays. This one, Grand Ronde, is in Washington, our state, and so is Ice Harbor, but I would need to look up more information about them. That can be an extension project if you finish your work today and you want to know more. The last column is how many millions of years ago the volcano erupted. The Yellowstone volcano erupted the most recently. It only erupted 2 million years ago. The others were much longer. So, pause the video and click between this and your jam so that you can mark these volcanoes on your jam. I would use a triangle to mark the ancient volcanoes. You probably will also want to zoom in while you work. It might make it easier to place the triangles. Okay, are you done graphing your volcanoes and putting them on your map? Let's keep going. So now that you've got all your volcanoes mapped, pause and think or discuss with someone near you. Is there a volcano close enough to the Ashfall fossil beds that could have killed the rhinos? In the last page of your jam, right here, we'll move this, We'll move the sticky note out of the way. We're going to focus on the first row of this chart. After each mystery in this unit, we're going to come back to this chart and add some things that we've learned that will help us understand what happened to the prehistoric rhinos in the fossil beds. So, first bit, could a volcano pop up in your backyard? And the question you'll be responding to is, how did the prehistoric rhinos and other animals die? If you learned anything new during this volcano lesson or the one we did last week, add something right there. In the next part of the chart, why did it take 11 million years to find the fossils of the animals? If you have found some new information about that, put it in here. How were the fossils eventually found? If you've learned some new information that helps answer that question, put it right here. Okay, thinking and discussing time. The fossils at Ashfall were buried in ash, but they were far away from any volcanoes. Do you have any other ideas about what could have killed the rhinos? Where do you think that ash could have come from? We'll leave that question to sort of simmer in your brain, and we will come back to it as we learn more about the Ashfall fossil beds and volcanoes. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.